Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about a really important topic, I think, with helping kids understand today about how to read the index page that they live in. So what we're going to talk about real quick is how do you read a Google search result page? And to me, this is a skill that I see often that kids struggle with, that we know that kids do a lot of Google searches. We as society do a lot of Google searches. But actually understanding what the page shows you is a skill that I think is worth taking time to help kids understand. And so just real quick, I'm going to kind of run through some of the things that I talk to students about. So here we are at a Google search page, and you notice that I've searched up here for the idea or the subject of climate change. So a couple things that I like to point out, kids, and some ways that you might be able to use this in the classroom is the first thing I have kids look at is the number of results you got and how long that took. So for example, where I'm now, I get roughly 175 million results in about a second. And just talking about that type of information, how much information that is, the speed of which information is coming at us. If you wanted to do this in math, I think there's a great opportunity, especially in elementary, if you're looking for having kids read random large numbers, of having kids do different searches and then read to your partner a random large number of those search results. Again, getting kids familiar with some of the information on this page. Google is also constantly changing what is showing up. So I'm going to walk you through what is showing up right now for me on Google, but know that this changes over time. There are some things that might be the same. So one of the first things you'll notice at the top is because of what I typed in, and depending on your search result, you might get this idea of that it's just giving you a quick overview that Google is telling you, okay, you search for climate change. If you want to know the definition of climate change, here you go. And so I get that at the top. Right now, Google is also looking at top stories. So you'll notice like within the last 14 hours, 12 hours, or 57 minutes, anything that has been climate change in the news. So we're getting relevant, up-to-date stories. And I like this update because I think, a lot of times, especially in education, we're looking for things that are relevant and up-to-date. So that's kind of a nice feature. Underneath that, then we actually get the search results, and these are the raw search results as they come in. And here's the part that I like to take kids through. We teach kids how to read the index in the back of a book, but learning how to read the index of Google, I think there's some good things to break down for kids. So here's what I walk through kids: is the first thing we talk about is what is the blue link here at the top. And so the blue link here is actually the title of the web page. And just like authors title their books, or we have kids title their paper or put their name on their paper, every web page has a title. And so knowing that this blue part, the blue link at the top, is the actual title of the web page is a clue of what we're going to find on that web page. Underneath that then is the actual link that, even though it's blue and it's hyperlinked there, this is the actual link address or the web address. I like to refer to it as a web address, as I and most kids can understand that your house is a specific place on planet Earth. It has an address that is specific and unique to it, and so does everything on the internet. And so understanding that this is the title of the web page and this is the address where we're going to find that information. Underneath that then is what Google calls the snippet, and that's this black section. And this becomes really interesting because we rely on the snippet a lot to tell us what we're going to find on that web page. And you'll notice in the snippet that it actually has, usually in bold, your search term. And what this snippet is it's actually just a roughly 25 words or so around what's the information on that web page around your search term. And so you can see here as I scroll through, it's not always the first paragraph. Somewhere on that page, wherever your search term shows up, is where you're going to get the information about that website. Taking time to just go over this with students is the amount of times that we send kids out to research and do Google searches. I think it's really important to take time of just what are the different parts of this index page. Just like we talk about the index page in the back of the book, understand that there are parts to a Google search result index page, and it's good to know what those different parts do and why they are there. So just a quick tip on ways to read a Google search result page.